Hello, everybody! Welcome to MangaPod. This is a weekly podcast in which we get together and discuss all or part of a manga with friendship, love, and lots of spoils. I am your interim host for the day, Duger, because our lovely commander-in-chief Aaron is gone, and also Yoku is not feeling well, so we got to replace their faces with wonderful ladies of prison school, and I was very excited to do so. But yeah, hopefully I won't let you all down. Very excited to talk about prison school. But first, we're all going to introduce ourselves. I'm Dodger, as I said. Go for it, guys.
Yeah, what's up? My name is Lou, and I'm from Lou Talks Anime, and I talk about weeb trash. What up?
Oh God. Okay, that was so clean cut. Oh God, I have a lot to live up to. Hi, I'm Alex. I make weeb views and shit. I'm apparently pretty energetic and whatnot. So sorry if I get too hyped in this. It's MangaPod. Sorry.
MangaPod. We are delighted to have you.
Alex the Kami, good dude. What up?
Alex the Kawaii.
Yes. The Kawaii Kami.
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome. This week we read Prison School chapters 1 through 38. For any of you who have been watching the anime, if you're like, I don't want to get spoiled on stuff that could happen in the anime, what we read goes up to halfway through the most recent episode. So those of you who have watched the anime, you actually know a little bit more than those of us who stuck to the manga chapters. So don't spoil anything. We have a very strict spoiler rule set, if you will. So we are currently in the spoiler-free section. Until we get into the spoiler section, which we will count down for you, please don't spoil anything about the manga whatsoever. And once we get into the spoiler section, only stick to what we have read. All right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
If you spoil me, I will find you.
Lou cares very much about prison school, and you will die at his hand. He's in Florida, but
he'll steal your pancakes.
It's okay.
It's gonna be real deadly. So just keep it to yourself. I know you want to share all your love, but just hold it in.
In Miami. That shit's hardcore. Miami's a hardcore city.
He taught me a new word. He taught me dale.
Dale.
which I say like the whitest person in the world. Dale.
Dolly? Like Dolly?
Like Dolly, yeah.
It's like, it means let's go. That's what it roughly translates to. So it's not just random pitbull gibberish.
Yeah.
It is it's
an actual
a colloquialism.
thing, apparently.
Yeah. It's a Miami thing.
So
I don't Okay.
Try to incorporate it into your normal day-to-day speach, Alex. Like that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm pretty sure if I say that in New York, I'm pretty sure I'll get pummeled to death, okay? New York is not.
New Yorkers are like, "What?" I'm sorry. Could you shut it down?
If I said that, I'd probably get a stick up my ass or something. Transitioning to prison school. No. Okay, no. Okay.
So, we are going to start off by having Alex, our lovely guest, read the synopsis. So, after that, we will be telling you guys in a spoiler-free way whether or not we recommend this manga. So, listen to the synopsis, see if it's something you're interested in.
On the outskirts of Tokyo stands Hachimitsu Private Academy, a storied all-girls boarding school for elite young women full of potential and good breeding. But as the new school year rolls around, one tradition is going out the window. For the first time in the school's long history, boys are being allowed to enroll. But on the first day of school, only 5 boys make the cut. Kiyoshi Fujino, one of the lucky few, is thrilled by this discovery, his heart leaping with joy at the thought of being surrounded by all those girls, day in and day out. But little does he know the shocking fate that awaits him. Source Yen Press.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. That was a very... Sometimes we have a synopsis that just gives away, like, the first 20 chapters, and that one did not.
That was a good synopsis.
Good job, my anime list. So now we're going to go one at a time and tell you whether or not we recommend this manga, if we think that you should read it, and in a spoiler-free recommendation way, why? So who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
Go, Lou.
Wow.
It is a fantastic read. It builds tension really well. It is really funny. The art is just really great, excluding hands, but we'll get into that a little bit more.
Bad. Yes.
So yeah, I highly recommend it. I had so much fun reading it. I actually read all 38 chapters last week, and I've been dying not to read more. Like I've been trying to like keep myself from reading more, and it's been very painful because I want to know what happens, but I didn't want to spoil MangaPod, and I did not anticipate that the anime would go just a little bit
It
further.
was like perfect. I was like, man, this might actually end. This episode might end right where we stopped, and it just goes just a
Okay, I think
little
I
bit
caught like
beyond.
75% of that. So,
Oh, are you
It's
having glitchy robot problems?
I said it
no, I'm
was
fine now.
I said it was real good, Alex, and I highly recommend it.
Okay,
We're
there
all
we
good.
go.
Alex, would you like to give your spoiler-free recommendation?
Yes, definitely give this one a read. And if you're not a manga guy, then I've watched the anime too. Then watch the anime. It's a pretty amazing adaptation. It stays true. The comedy's still great. So read manga, watch anime. They're both fantastic. When it goes serious, it does it well. When it goes comedy and just crazy, it does that well. It's just a fantastic read. I died laughing. Also, I did a summer impression of the anime, and you can check that out on my channel. Please subscribe.
Yeah, I totally echo both of your feelings. I will say, just because we haven't said it so far, that this definitely comes with a mature rating. Lots of
Yeah,
boobies, lots of boobies going on in this one.
the boobs are real.
The boobs are so real.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I really enjoyed it too. It makes you so uncomfortable, but you get to this place where you're constantly trying to guess, like, are they going to get away with like this most recent thing, or is it going to go, like, you never know if it's going to go okay or if it's going to go really bad, because when it goes bad, it goes so bad that you want to die. It's like, it's incredible. But yeah, the art is fantastic aside from hands, and the anime is an incredible adaptation. It's like almost frame for frame. It's so identical so far. uh but I think, yeah, all of us recommend it. So if this is something that you are interested in, you should totally check it out. Let us know how you felt about it on the subreddit at reddit.com/r/mangapod. And this is the point where we are going to go into the spoiler section, which means if you read along with us or have watched the anime, feel free to stick around. If you have not read the manga, we are going to spoil everything about what we read.
Oh yeah.
If you want to go and read it and then come back and watch the VOD on youtube.com/HappiLeeErin, please feel free to do so. But we are going to spoil like everything. All right? So, 5, 4,
Four,
3,
three,
2,
two,
Cool.
1.
one. Andre is God.
Andre.
Andre is God.
Oh, I'll go along with that. Sure. Yeah, Andre,
That
you get to
tiny
be
face,
God.
he reminds me of like Buddha.
He does. Oh, sweet Andre. I love that.
That-
I know that this is jumping way ahead, but I love at the end there, he's like, man, this is so unfair. How come nobody's beating me up? It's like, they know now. They know that you're into that. Like, they're not going to beat you up anymore. I
I
love
think
it.
Andre.
honestly, just the masochistic personality that he has is just hilarious. When I see him, I don't necessarily see a Buddha. Have you ever seen that meme where someone takes a face, minimizes it, and then puts it on the face so it
Makes
looks
it
really
really
awkward?
small.
That's what it reminds me of when someone just like yeah, it just reminds me of that one meme where they just shrink the face and then splat it on there. And I just think it's freaking hilarious. The first time I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. But
It
the
was-
long ears do remind me of Buddha, yeah.
It was always funny. It was always funny.
Yeah.
Like every single time he was there, I smiled. I lit up.
All right, let's back up. Let's start with the way that we like to start the spoiler section when we haven't read a manga before is by asking all of our panelists, what were you expecting going into this manga? Did you have any expectations? Was anything surprising to you?
I want to go first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is a manga that Holden from Holden Reviews, he talks it up a lot. He really likes it. He's said it on multiple occasions. And I've always wanted to check it out, but it's always been an issue of like, okay, I need to dedicate the time to actually check it out. And once we decided that it was going to be on the schedule for MangaPod, I was really excited. So I tend to, I don't necessarily agree with Holden on a lot of things, but when I do, it's usually like to a major extent. Like for example, he was one of the people that recommended Onani Master Kurosawa and Molester Man, which were fantastic reads.
Yeah.
So going into this, I was really excited, and I was not disappointed at all. But just I was really surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did, because normally I don't, unless it's really trashy. I'm not into fan service,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't say this is trashy. It's more off-putting.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
it's trying to subvert what the fan service is meant to be.
I would totally agree with that. Yeah, I'll go after you. So I had watched, I think, 3 episodes of the anime by the point that I started reading the manga, and I knew from watching the anime that it was the sort of thing that made me feel so uncomfortable, and yet I needed to know what was going to happen, you know. And I was really pleasantly surprised that the manga and the anime are like identical so far. So I know that, that I'm not getting 2 different stories or that things are being left out. Um, but yeah, it's so it takes like all of these tropes that exist in like harem and romance stories, and then just like spins them to the point where you are like so tense and uncomfortable the whole time. But I do feel like the longer that you read it or watch it, you get a little bit desensitized to it. Like
Mm.
I don't know if it's because I'm now expecting things to go super wrong, so I come up with the worst case scenario in my brain, and then I'm like, all right, if it's not this, we're okay. But if it is that, I'm gonna just you know.
Like
Um
some of the shock moments, like anything having to do with Karate Girl. I forget her name. I'm really bad
oh,
with character
Hana,
names. Yeah,
holy
Yeah,
shit,
just anything
she is
associated with her.
terrifying.
It's not only
I
that
love
she's
her.
terrifying, it's just everything that happens around her between her and Kiyoshi. It's
She's
just
dude,
hysterical.
she's getting
It's
really
it's
into
it's
pee.
weird. It's like it's tense, but it's still hysterical at the same time. You're like wondering, is she fine? Wait, it's okay to spoil, right?
Yeah, we're in spoiler section.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
let me
So
let
it's
me
like,
switch.
is
There we go.
she finally going to get her pee? Find out now. And then you have to actually like, it's actually more. It's tense, yet it's still hysterical at the same time because it's funny to see how Kiyoshi gets out of all these peeing scenarios and whatnot and her crazy fetishes. So I think
Yeah.
I just find that
Well,
hysterical.
I don't think she acknowledges it as as a fetish yet. It's more along the lines of she's trying to regain her honor.
Yeah,
And
Totally.
that,
I acknowledge it as a fetish though, personally.
Oh
oh,
yeah,
I'm sure
like
it's heading in that way. Like it's
Yeah.
building into her just being obsessed
guys,
with that kind
oh
of
my
stuff.
god, can I tell you, and chat again, do not spoil anything. But you know what I want so bad is for her to get caught doing like weird shit like this, because they established a lot more. This is the one thing that I think was a lot more clear in the manga, is that the girls can possibly go to prison too.
Yeah.
I want Hannah to get caught being super weird with Kiyoshi and get thrown in prison. That would be the most amazing thing. I want it so
I
bad.
could see that.
hmm
I think the funniest thing would be for the president to go to prison for some reason, because I don't know how, but I don't know. I think it'd be just hysterical to see because you could tell that she's getting a little bit softer on Kiyoshi after finding about
The crow
everything
thing.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like she's having like second thoughts, whatnot. You could see she's like testing herself a bit. Like, is it true that there's no way you did this stuff, etc. So I think it'd be funny for her to do something in defense of like Kiyoshi or something, and then she'd go to prison. I think that'd be like the ultimate irony. So
But I don't think anybody, I don't, above her, I don't think there's anybody who would put her in prison, and her second in command is like way too into her to do
But see,
anything.
I
here's the thing. She seems like the type of person that's honor bound to follow the rules regardless. So if she was to ever break
Maybe.
the rules in a certain way, like I
She
could see her committing herself to prison
No,
stuff.
She
I don't
skews the
think-
rules real hard for her
Yeah,
own benefit, though.
She really breaks the rules a ton, and I think that's the fact lies with her father, obviously, even though he's like a really supporty character who's just there, like because she sees all of his porn and shit. The more she sees that, the more infuriated she gets with the male gender. So I could see it getting to the and her father is the head honcho
Yeah.
in charge of anything anyway. So I think it'd get to the point where if she did something after her father sees how she's been treating all the boys, maybe the father would put her in prison. I don't know. Like, you did this to the boys, so you go suffer the same fate. I don't know. I doubt it since he seems like a really lighthearted dude, but that's always a possibility.
Dude, he
So-
is one of my favorite. Like anytime
an
there's a
ass
scene
man.
with him,
Yeah.
I love him so much. Just like
I
him,
like how he's all
kissing all the
stoic.
pictures and then getting them back. Oh my god.
I like how he's all stoic, but then like he has his just his infatuation with these pictures. It's
I
amazing.
know.
I love how the way he ends his sentences, obviously, like all dramatic and shit, just for no purpose whatsoever. It's freaking hilarious.
It's great.
Okay, what else did I forgot? I wanted to label this anime as I wanted to mention something, Lou. I didn't think this anime was like wait, how did you like what was I gonna say? What did you compare this to? Like what you said.
I mean, I don't know if I compared it to anything yet. I would say that it's very much Prison Break meets American Pie.
The way I thought of this was like a Deadpool version, like of an anime, because even though it doesn't break the fourth wall and shit, it basically that's like the only difference.
It has the type of humor that I would say.
It has like in the sense that it has no barriers. Like this shit literally has no barriers. Like whether it's peeing, shitting yourself.
Oh God, shitting yourself.
Literally,
I feel so bad for that kid.
No hold bars. Honestly, they had they censored a freaking like shaver and then they revealed it, making you think it was like a dildo or something.
Yeah.
And then revealed it to be a freaking oh god. This has no holds bars, honestly. So
yeah, I keep wondering. I didn't look it up, but do we know which? I can only think of the term phone book. Which like where this is printed?
I did not look that up.
I was so curious because I was like, man, whoever picked this one up was like, nah, do whatever you want. Like, yeah, it's
Young
very
Magazine Weekly. That's what it says.
And it honestly does look amazing. Like I haven't read that many manga. I mean, I'm currently trying to catch up with Nanatsu no Taizai, and this is probably one of the best drawn mangas I've seen. Like you said, beside the hands, because I remember this one scene where Mari is in the room with her father, and she's sitting on the chair and he's at his desk, and you can see her hand and her pinky is like inverted. It's like squished.
I took a picture. I don't know if Chad, if you guys can see that, but that's like the epitome of a face that you took some time on, and then a hand that was just like, it like blows my mind. Like how do you keep doing this? I don't get it. You're like so much incredible shading and drama is added to the faces all the time, and the hands are just like blows my mind. I don't get it.
Like, the hands remind me of like Poon Poon in Oyasumi Poon Poon.
Yeah.
That everything just looks amazing, and then there's Poon Poon.
And then there's Poon Poon. Yep. I totally agree. How do you guys feel about
Go for it, Alex. What were you gonna say?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's no good. All right, Dodger. What were you gonna say?
Oh god, no.
Alex, are you here? Are you here? Alex, oh no!
No.
Oh god, I'm here. No.
The circles they be spinning.
Damn
Okay,
circles.
yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened. What'd you say, Dodger? How do you feel about what?
No, I stopped myself so that you could continue your thought. I was going to take us in a different direction. So what were you going to say?
I was going to say that like with every artist, I think like for example, you know your own skill level as an artist, but I think regardless of how much there's just certain things that you can't do. Like, for example, for maybe let's take the author here, that they, no matter how much they work on everything else, they just can't grasp the hands
Right.
and how to draw
Pun.
them.
Mm-hmm.
It works the same way for like clip editors and whatnot, that regardless of how much we know something, if someone does not know like how to do a certain something in Photoshop and they can constantly get confused, that's just one thing that they just physically can't comprehend, but they could be good at something else. And I think it's just
something doesn't really resonate.
I think
Yeah.
just just certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something that literally you can't just comprehend. I literally don't know how to draw a hand here. Like, I can do all this detailed face, but hand, that's a no-go.
But the hand,
So.
I'm just going to make everybody's hands circles. There we go. I did it. That's what I would do.
Oh God, please no Togashi flashback.
I was going to ask how you guys feel about Chio. Did Chio surprise you with
Oh my
her
God.
defense of him?
I love her. I love her so much.
Waifu.
I no, like every girl in this anime is like best girl. It's like Nisekoi.
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far.
I don't know. Hana, the president, the vice president, Chio. I can't decide between them. They're all freaking awesome. I mean, if anything, I'd lean towards Mari because she has long black hair, which is like my jam. But honestly, in terms of like who I genuinely love, I love every like female cast member. It's the freaking shit. I love it to death. I can't decide best girl, honestly, in terms of like personality. They're all freaking awesome. I don't know. Chio,
I did find it a little bit unbelievable when she like when she woke up the next morning after the sumo wrestle and was like, I don't know, maybe I should have had him explain, because like to a normal brain there's no fucking explanation for that, right? Like like if it was me I would be like, no,
but to be honest,
that's fucked up. But like even
if
that's,
think about the setting though. Like, we're in a school that allows prisons within it. Like,
I know
there are no normal brains, so I personally, I mean, I think in like the Japanese culture, like they're a lot more, they're very polite. So Japanese people, so I could see it in like a Japanese person doing that because they can be a lot more forgiving, and especially if you have a crush on someone, you want to think of every excuse possible to make sure that they're a good person, and especially with the thought that a person who likes sumo wrestling can't be a bad person.
Right.
So,
yeah. But
I just think of all that. Yeah.
I would say though that like it would be believable for her to be like, yo, I don't know what's going on with you, but that's messed up, because she's already had this moment of like, were you peeping? Like, are you that disgusting of a person? And then being like, no, you're a good person. I know you wouldn't be. So it made a lot of sense to me for her to see that and be like, nope, I was wrong. You're a gross person. I shouldn't have done this, right? And walking away from that situation. And I honestly don't even think it was necessary for her to have that moment of like, maybe I should have had him explain to me, because I still would have.
She forgave him too soon.
I still would have found it believable if she overheard people being like, some boy cross-dressed and snuck out of school, and she'd be like, oh fuck, he like cross-dressed to like go on a date with me, like, and have it build from there. But like for her to, without any explanation, be like, oh, I should have had him explain. I was like, you're too nice, Chio. You're way too nice. So
yeah. But I one thing that I really enjoyed was just her face when she realized that it was her uniform.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know. I'm willing to put up with the bullshit for that payoff, because just her reaction after that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and we didn't know either. Like, we had no idea until she saw it. It's like, oh God, how do you have literally the worst luck in the world? Like Kiyoshi has these like juxtaposing moments of shit going terribly wrong and it making him seem like a hero to the other dudes, like especially in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And then things going horribly wrong and it just literally just continuing to go horribly wrong. Right? Like, how? I don't understand. It's always bad stuff, but sometimes it winds up okay and other times it winds up horrible. Blows my mind.
I mean, I could definitely see your point about it, like being, like going both one way or the other. But personally, I just think I found it very, very touching in that that when you keep to a certain ideology, like for example, you got to think that both these sisters have these ideologies in their head that a person who likes crows can't be a bad person, and a person who likes sumo can't be a bad person. So I like, for example, no matter what, with the ideologies that my parents taught me, if someone came up to me and was trying to teach me otherwise, that this ideology was wrong, 99.9999990% of the time, I probably actually 100% of the time, I would not believe you, because I personally stand with the same ideologies of my parents. I think it's very touching when a person sticks to an ideology and continues to see forth on it. So that's what I admire about Chio. So
especially at that age. I mean,
yeah, right.
She's a young girl that's coming into adulthood. So the fact that she believes so strongly in what she's been told, I guess, is endearing to a point. But yeah, she's, I don't know, she's kind of naive, and that's why she's not best girl for me.
Because she's too naive.
She's too naive.
How can you choose?
I do.
So good.
Mari's best girl. What up?
Okay, actually, yeah, no, I'm good with Mari. You know, long black hair. I'm down. We're good.
I do love that with as far as we read, we started to see them showing a little bit of dimension to the girls, though, because specifically the vice president, we're just like, all right, she's extremely violent, like a hard ass, you know, and obviously very, very sexy, right? And I love that. I love that, especially in these last couple of chapters, we've seen her be kind of like weird,
submissive.
Not only submissive, but like that the whole gag that I thought was so funny with the operation blah 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 operation, and her panicking and being like, do I tell her? Do I not tell her? Does she know? Oh god, she corrected it herself. That's my president. Yeah. And then it comes up again and she's like, is she gonna correct herself? Oh god, you know, like seeing this person that we've spent so many chapters watching her be like confident to a fault, and then seeing her like second guess herself and just like break out in a full sweat because she's like, do I say something? Like, I love that.
She is kind of terrified of Mari.
Yeah.
I don't think she's really. I think she's not only terrified. I think she holds her in very, very high regard. So so that's why she's like, I don't think she's scared to be like punished by her. Well, I think she is probably scared to be punished by her if she corrects her. But I think she's more afraid of like the person that she holds this high regard to not correcting their own simple mistake. Like, I held you this high. Please tell me you realize this mistake. Oh, okay, thank God you did. You're still the person that I know and love. Okay, thank God. So I think it's a little bit of both, personally. So and I like how they're adding like different sides to the whole characters. Like in the beginning of the manga, it was mainly just girls bad and treating boys like shit. Boys are perverts. Stay strong together, survive prison school, and get out, get your figures, and go on sumo day. Now it's like turmoil between the boys because the breakout plan didn't go all according to plan. We see a lot more interactions between the girls, like between Hana, the vice president, and the president. So I think we get a lot more sides to them than in this later half, and we can finally see, like, for example, that I thought Shingo would be an awesome friend with Kiyoshi, especially with like how they were treating him and etc. Him being his friend since middle school. I thought they'd be all buddy. I didn't think anything would get between them. If anything, I think like the people who didn't know him as well would be a lot more angry with the fact that he got their sentence lengthened. But the fact that Shingo is like the ringleader now of like holding them all, like, let's get away from Kiyoshi, I did not see that coming. I think if anything, he'd be on his side. But that surprised me. I don't know.
Prison changes you, man.
If that's prison, I don't mind prison, because I too am a masochist.
Oh God.
I'll be like Andre.
You're like, why won't you hit me? Let me lick your boots, please.
You don't expect it from that little chubby, small-faced dude. It's freaking awesome. I don't know. I just
Yeah, that was the other thing for me is when I first started the anime, I was surprised by the character designs of all the guys. Like there's
It's
two
awesome.
dudes. Yeah, there's two dudes who look like kind of normal manga dudes, and then
Yep.
the other three are like not typical archetypes looks wise at all.
Exactly.
It's
Like one
been
is an
cool.
Italian mafia leader. Like the other has like no face, and the other guy looks freaking like he's about
He's
to
like
kill somebody.
really sick, yeah, and like always has his hood up, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I love the fact that we haven't seen Joe's eyes yet. It's freaking awesome.
Ever. Yeah, we've just seen them glow with hatred.
Yeah, right.
Right before I put a stick in Kiyoshi's butt. Oh my god, guys, those are the moments that make me cringe the most. Is the two
Yep.
times that something has like just straight up gone in his butt. I'm like, stop.
Wait,
Why?
3 times of butt penetration. Wait, 2 for Kiyoshi.
Boot heel.
And then there's boot heel and then the stick, but then there's
Stick.
also the shower scene. Because for any of you who haven't read the manga, which why are you here if you haven't read the manga? There's this entire assumed gay relationship between Takahito and Kiyoshi, and it is fucking hilarious. Look,
Oh my god, that
like,
whole
oops.
scene when he's like, I bet I just misunderstood, and he goes into the bathroom. Oh my god.
And he drops the soap. Oh
Yeah,
my
dropping the soap, and he's like, oh, and then looks away and is like, no, I'm sure it's fine. And looks back and is like, oh. God, how can this
And-
story be more
That's
just
what-
like?
and it ties into the bloody ass too. So
Mhm.
That's what made me cringe the most, honestly. Just the gay relationship between those two. Just not even cringe, like just basically just facepalm really hard because of all these like awkward situations that occur at the wrong
Like the
time.
assumptions that are happening, and you're like, no,
yeah,
but
exactly. Like he just walks in when he drops the soap. Plot convenience. I love it. 10 out of 10. Realistic characters. Oh God. I don't
yeah.
know.
well, it is prison, so
Hey,
definitely realistic.
I do really want to see specifically Andre and Joe do more because they're the
Yeah.
only ones who haven't really done much. Like Joe, literally
Yeah.
at the end there of what we read, Joe, we finally saw Joe kind of do something that had to do with the story. But even then, I'm like, no, I want to see Joe like be a person, you know, and like be involved in something that goes on. I don't know.
Well, I mean, even
Yeah,
though I would say that, yeah, we didn't get to see much of Joe and Andre, but that did allow for Takahito and Kiyoshi to develop a lot as characters. Like the fact that they went through that plan together and had the time to develop them. I don't know. I just thought it was really well put together, and I don't think they would be the mangaka would have been able to pull it off if he did try to give some time and attention to Joe and Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if anything, just the first arc revolved around Kiyoshi and Gakuto and getting these figurines, which I'm surprised they didn't confiscate because they looked into his bag, into Kiyoshi's bag when he came back, like, and they found the hair that he used to disguise himself and walk out, but they didn't find the figurines and confiscate them, which surprised me.
He hid them in the
He hid them in the bathroom,
bathroom.
but how
why.
long is that gonna work out? Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like,
Yes, so I don't know. That was just one thing. And I totally forgot what I was going to say now. I wanted to say that probably one of my favorite aspects of the show was just the distraught that Kiyoshi felt after Chio said that she was disgusted with him. Because one thing that I hate is, even though this is a comedy manga, if they ruined that honest, like, if they ruin the just the bare fact of human emotions, then I'm just going to be looking for humor in it. Like right now I'm also interested in the story and the plot and everything, but if I don't want, one thing I hate is when like they'll take a good emotional scene, especially when one that's genuinely human. Like I could see myself or a person after that happening and just sitting there just wallowing in their own despair and just thinking what a piece of shit they are and just wanting to quit. So I'm glad they did not ruin that that scene with Kiyoshi, because that was by far one of my top 3 like ever moments of prison school so far.
Well, that's
Because yeah.
I was just gonna say that's kind of the cornerstone of how this manga works, though, which is nice. That like it takes things that are normally played off in a funny way, or like situations that everybody just sort of laughs off, and turns them into like a situation that makes you really nervous or worried or emotional somehow. And I also really love that. Like you could almost equate it to the very very beginning of this manga when he's in the girls' changing room, and it's like I've seen this happen a million times, right? Like that's happened in so many different manga where it's like a dude in the girls' changing room or a dude peeping, and it's like in this situation more than any other one that I've ever read or watched, I was so fucking nervous for him, right? I was like, you need to get out of there, you're gonna die. Like the way that the mangaka is able to show you like the character's terror and the character's emotions is really really well done. And I don't think if the art wasn't amazing it wouldn't be like that. Just fix the hands, man. Like just fix the hands. God, I just please please.
Yeah, if anything, I just say I wouldn't want too many of these serious scenes because I think it just ruined the feel of prison school. Like, for example, with the stick in the ass, if they made it like where he gets stabbed somewhere else, like granted, I'd probably still like enjoy that scene, but I'd prefer the stick in the ass because it still keeps the humorous feel of it. Not to mention it goes along with the hemorrhoids thing, especially when he sits up and says, and the vice president asks, "How are you bleeding this much if you just landed on a stick?" And then he just sits there, just like, "I have hemorrhoids." I thought that was, I thought it played along really nice. So I wouldn't want too many serious scenes. Just
like, it's a nice balance, It's a nice balance between the comedy and the drama and tension that it's building. Mm-hmm. And I think the way the mangaka has this story laid out, it's playing out really well. Because I feel like if the manga would take itself too seriously, I wouldn't be as interested in it as I am.
Yeah.
But it had too many more. Yeah.
But also, if it tried to go the other way and just be full comedy, I probably would not have enjoyed reading this at all. So it's just it has the right blend.
Yeah.
Like it's
exactly.
I don't know. It's just hard. It's really hard to explain how it's just such an interesting balance between these tense moments and main character crawling through a sewage pipe under the vice president, and she's doing squats.
I think the reason why it's a good balance is because if it was all comedy, then there wouldn't be any tension to like all of these, like, oh, I need to go get the figures and climb underneath this pipe, or oh, I gotta go through this wall and make it back in time. There wouldn't be any consequences because you'd know it'd be all comedy. But the fact is that there are actual risks and there are actual things at stake. Then I think that's why it's done well. Like, for example, and I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Freaking hell! Dang it! Sorry, people watching. I just brain farted.
It's all good. Deep breath.
Oh God, that didn't help. I still don't remember.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do for you. What were you gonna say, Lou?
No. I was gonna ask you guys. So overall, what moment would you say, I guess, made you cringe the most in these 38 chapters? Like what moment?
The stick going in his butt. I was like, again? I was just like, oh no. And when he like stood up and was just like, I'm fine. I was like, no, you're not. You're not fine though.
See, for me, it was the golden shower.
Oh, really? On Hana?
Yeah, I laughed my ass off at that.
Oh, I did laugh my ass off, but I also cringed really hard.
Well,
because it cut away to a different panel.
It cut to the water going into the vice president's mouth. Yeah, and you're like, oh, no.
And it was just that brief, like 2 seconds of scrolling to the next panel where, I don't know, it was just, I cringed pretty hard at that point.
Yeah. The one that made me cringe the most, probably would be when they initially get caught, and they're all tied to the pikes, like out in the yard, and the vice president just starts whipping their dicks, and
Oh yeah, when she just like sits on their faces and whips their
Yeah.
crotches. Oh my god.
yeah. I genuinely, no.
No,
No,
please.
as
please
a
no.
male, you know it is like sacred code that you never hit another man in his junk unless that is the last possible thing to do. Your life is threatened. Maybe even if your life isn't threatened, just don't do it.
Yeah,
okay?
but it was a chick doing it, so don't be a casual. It's okay.
Don't be a casual
I'm a
shit.
masochist, but still, honestly, no. Hit me anywhere else. Just not,
Just please not
not the moneymaker.
not the
please.
jewels. Not the jewels, man. We've touched on it a little bit. We've touched on it a decent amount. But how did you guys feel about the art overall?
I loved it. Character designs were on point.
Mhm.
The expressions on the characters,
Oh my
specifically
God.
anything
Hana.
associated with not just Hana, the guys, but specifically like fucking Takahito, that guy. Like when he shat
Gakuto,
himself.
Yeah.
That expression and that one line that he dropped, that was like, who needs girls when you have figures?
I love that one frame where his face is just like this really dark expression where it's just and then that one's gonna be like scarred into my brain forever. I love Hana, like Hana's thing specifically, because you know she's crazy, but the frames bring it out even more. Like for example, when her eyes are just like half open, but she's like that really crazy look, you know?
Yeah,
like
she goes from like hee hee to like terrifying real fast. Yeah.
I knew she was gonna be like that the second I started reading. I was like, she's coming off way too nice to be one of the student council. She's definitely a yandere or something. Next thing you know, she just like kicks one of them in the head and he starts like having a seizure. So, oh god, I don't know.
That's something that we didn't really touch on at all. The level of violence in this manga and abuse that the guys took and how violent they were being treated, specifically when Hana was involved, and she was just fucking kicking them in the face and just crushing their skull.
Yeah, I feel like Hana more than the vice prez was totally down to like beat the shit out of anybody, whereas the vice prez normally picked on specific people.
Especially when she starts like trying to get everyone like against each other, and then she no longer like screws around with Andre or Shingo anymore. So
yeah, but even then, like any situation where she was around Takahashi and Kiyoshi, she would almost only hit Takahashi.
Well, yeah.
Like
I always call him Gakuto.
Gakuto, yeah.
Yeah, because you hear that a lot more in the anime. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I can see what you mean. She's like very selective, whereas Hana doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So. I think that the violence was I don't know. It wasn't anything I couldn't handle, honestly. Like most of the time when it was violent, it was mainly humorous. Like for example, it was just like if there was a kick on the head, like you'd see like the head like dented in or something, or if like the vice president was smacking their face, you'd see some blood and some broken teeth. I mean, there's nothing really too extreme. I think the only thing that really goes hard is like the shit, like, you know, literally the shit, the peeing, the everything. That's the only thing I think that really goes like over the top, like over any anime ever. Nothing I can't handle personally because I don't give a shit. But just like over any anime ever. I think the violence, personally, I mean, if you've seen like other like mature shonen, then this is honestly like nothing really too serious for that. Like, so if you're like 17 or above, you'll be fine with this. But yeah, that's personally my take on the violence. It's nothing really that I haven't seen in terms of like mature manga and anime.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah.
Dodger, you didn't say your favorite girl.
My favorite girl. I think like by the end there, I don't know if I can choose between Hannah and the vice prez. Because by the end, I was like, you are both so fascinating to me. Like, just super weirdos, right? Like, mega weirdos in really, I don't know. Like, Mari is, I'll be honest, guys, I'm sorry. Mari is kind of boring to me. She's like, I can control crows.
Okay, can I leave now? Because
Because I'm
if
breaking
you
your
insult
heart.
any of the girls, I'm leaving. No. No.
But I love
No.
that Hannah is like so, I don't know, so like determined to get what she wants, but at the same time is putting herself in terrible positions constantly.
Yep.
And I love the way that the vice pres can either depending on who she's around is either extremely sadistic or extremely submissive in like kind of hilarious ways. So I love both of them. I don't think that I can choose between them.
I honestly, you're probably going to like Hana a lot more. That's why I wish we read at least like 1 or 2 chapters more, because right after that,
No.
I'm not spoiling. I'm
No.
just saying.
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
Not a spoiler, Lou. I can't tell you it gets good. God.
Okay, that's
Lou's face was so real.
Funny.
Lou's face
I
was so
know,
real.
Lou.
Just
After this, I have the give me your pee part. It's good. It's done well.
that was Lou's Hannah, you want to die face.
yeah.
That was like Alex brought you 1 4-leaf clover, and you were like, get fucked. All right, awesome, guys. Let's go into our final thoughts and ratings, unless there's anything else that you want to touch on.
I'm good. Let's do it.
All right, who wants to go first?
Alex, you want to go first?
I
can't yell a number down. All right.
I don't know how the final ratings are done. Do I just
Okay. Then I'll go first, and we'll go that way. All right, cool. I'm gonna give it a 9 because the art is mostly fantastic. The story was great. The characters were all really interesting, and they developed a lot. And I'm curious to see how they continue to develop in the story. And they've already been like, they're not one-dimensional characters. So I don't know. I want to see how they continue to flesh out. So, but even though it's still early in the story, I'm enjoying it way too much, and I'm probably going to read more and not sleep at all tonight. And just catch up because I really love this manga.
You should watch the anime too. The anime has been so good so far.
I'm probably gonna put the manga on hold for now until the anime finishes, because I don't want to. I feel like I'll enjoy it more as an anime than the manga. That's just my thing. But don't get me wrong, I still love the manga. Are you kidding me? But I feel like since I know it's airing, I can hold out like 6 more weeks, read the anime, and then continue and read the manga. So
see, I can't do that because I know that if I've watched one episode of the anime and let's say I catch up, all right, I'm gonna want more. And where the anime is right now, I know, but where the anime is right now, it's like, all right, that's like 2 chapters. I watch it, like I catch up on the anime, and then what am I gonna do? Like wait a week? No, screw that.
No, I usually don't. I usually don't watch airing. The only reason why I watched it is because I read the manga already, so I know it was gonna happen. So I didn't mind. Watching the episodes. So I'm gonna hold it off for the last 6 episodes, marathon through those in a day, and then just power through the manga. So that'll be fun.
Actually, I'm gonna amend my rating. I'm gonna knock it down to an 8.9 because Monster Musume had better nipples.
Oh, holy shit! You go into 10th. Damn, you go hard, Lou.
Yeah.
Oh man, if only
We're
Aaron
on the
was
decimal
here.
system.
Yeah, Aaron goes to the 4th decibel, man. It gets real.
I'm gonna give it a 3.14259165.
That's so low, Alex. That's so low.
Give it pie. I'm gonna give it pie. 3.14265. Wait, 3.14159.265. Yeah, pie. I don't know why I know that. Okay,
yeah, you
so
do.
wait, it's me now.
If you want to go, I can go. Do you want to be last?
I'll go last.
Okay.
Since I'm the worst here.
I am going to give it a 9 out of 10. Fix your hands, man. Fuck. Fix those
What's wrong with
hands.
my hands?
But yeah, I really, really love this manga. The art is fantastic aside from the hands. The characters are very different in a way that's so intriguing to me, and I really, really, really want to know what happens in the end. And if you had described what this manga was to me and said that I was going to give it a 9 out of 10, I might not have believed you, but I really, really enjoyed it. And since we're on me, I will also say that both Yoku and Aaron wanted to make it very clear that they also loved this manga and would like to read more of it. So we'll probably revisit this on MangaPod.
Yes.
You better have me back on here.
Totally. All right, your turn, Alex.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm just going to go. Are we rating it in terms of like? Well, okay. I don't even know. I'm overthinking this. I'm going to go with 9 just because that's safe.
Yeah.
And first of all, because the hands really did bug me. Like when I looked at a panel and then I saw like one of their fingers like, nope, offsetting. But honestly, this is probably going to be my favorite manga of all time, honestly. I love it to death. I am more engaged in it than any other manga I've read. I'm probably going to feel the same way about the anime, because I love the anime right now. I feel the same way about the manga as I do the anime. So anime is probably going to be definitely one of my favorites, because definitely one of the best comedies I've ever seen. Like, definitely top 2. I don't know. I feel like there's another comedy that's good out there. But in terms of just plain old comedy, this tops it. Like, this is one of the best comedies I've ever seen. Because I enjoy something that is not conventional. Like, in terms of something that's not conventional but goes over the limit than we've already seen. And with all the anime that I've watched and the mild manga that I've read, this definitely takes the cake in terms of just having a no holds bars. Like honestly, the only thing that would come close to its craziness. I haven't seen Nichijou, so I know or I'm not sure if it's a manga, but the only thing that would possibly come close to it is like Nichijou or Daily Lives of High School Boys. So that's awesome.
Can I make a
God,
recommendation?
I love that one.
Can I make a recommendation? Sure. If you like the sexual based humor, read it is a manga. But watch Seitokai Yakuin Domo, SYD. Great, hilarious anime. Lots of sexual-based humor. Surprisingly, no fan service, but it's fucking amazing. Highly recommend it.
All right.
I will link you guys a scene post-show.
Okay.
I'm going to start looking for it.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, then I am going to read the synopsis for the next manga that we are going to read. So that concludes our discussion on Prison School, but we're going to read off the synopsis for what we are going to be tackling next Tuesday. I'm not going to tell you what it is right off the bat. I'm going to read the synopsis and you guys get to guess. All right? So,
wait, me?
The chat gets to guess.
Oh.
Don't worry. Don't
panic.
Can
I get a link to the chat? Because I haven't seen it.
Oh, go to twitch.tv/dexterity bonus. That's where it is. Here. Boop. And there it is. I linked you. Okay. So, the synopsis. It is the spring of freshman year, and Blabbity Blobs is in a quandary. Should he fulfill his long-cherished dream of joining an otaku club? Blabbity Blobs also fails a dilemma. Can she ever turn her boyfriend, anime fanboy Blah Blah, into a normal guy? Blah Blah triumphs where Blah Blah fails when both Blah Blah and Blah Blah sign up for Blah Blah, the Society for the Study of Modern Visual Culture. Undeterred, Blah Blah chases Blah Blah through the various activities of the club, from costume playing and comic conventions to video game and collecting anime figures, learning more than she ever wanted to about the humorous world of the Japanese fan.
D Black Renegade got it. Yes, you're reading Genshiken.
Naruto.
It's Naruto.
Oh.
We actually did that last week?
Hokage.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be the next Hokage after she learns about manga. So yeah, we are going to be reading Genshiken, volumes 1 through 3, chapters 1 through 18, with special guest Digibro. So that's going to be super awesome. Again, you can watch that next Tuesday. Next Tuesday? Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
next Tuesday at twitch.tv/dexterity-bonus and on HappiLeeErin's YouTube channel, which is also where you can find the VODs of every single MangaPod that has ever happened, including this one once it goes up. So that concludes our show. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are now going to shamelessly promote ourselves, tell you who we are, where you can find us, and what we do. I am Dodger from youtube.com/presshearttocontinue. I do visual novels and dating sims and a weekly show about the games industry. On all the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/dexteritybonus. Also,
Are we on that?
yes, that's where we are right now.
Okay, so okay. What?
Our fearless, lovely leader who could not be here tonight is youtube.com/HappiLeeErin. She is the best. Super, super, super amazing. I love her so much. She does lots of anime weeb stuff, and it's wonderful. So you should absolutely check out her channel. Again, that's where all of the VODs are as well. And she is a master of unified branding. On pretty much anything that you can find a person, she has the username HappiLeeErin. So seek her out, follow her on all the stuffs, because she's fantastic. I'm going to let Lou tackle Yokurama because I don't want to do it.
Okay, all right. Hold on. I'm a shamelessly plug my stuff first. Hi,
yeah.
My name's Lou, and I'm from Lou Talks Anime. You can find me at youtube.com/Lou Talks Anime now. Twitter and Ask FM, Lou Talks Anime. Also Instagram, Lou Talks Anime. I talk about weeb trash. I am currently working on a review of Diabolic Lovers. It is suffering.
Enjoy.
It is the worst. Yes, pretty much.
Suck it.
That's
I get
everyone's.
to review good shit.
Hold on. After that, I'm reviewing Gurren Lagann and Beck. So you suck it, bastard.
Nice, good.
And so good weeb stuff all around. All that jazz. Yokurama, our lovely co-host, who also couldn't be here for reasons. You can find him at youtube.com/Yokurama Game Talk, where has been working on something, and we'll see when eventually he makes videos, maybe. And on other social media stuff, usually it's Yokurama or Yokurama Talks. It's one or the other. I'm sure you'll find him. Just look up Yokurama. He's there. Except for Twitter, I think. Twitter, I'm pretty sure is Yokurama Talks.
Yokurama Talks, I think, on Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Alex, shamelessly promote yourself. Get some new subs.
Oh God. Oh God. Really?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Hi. Okay, not really that. But hi, my name's Alex. You can find me at youtube.com/AlexDekami. No. I forgot. Nope.
Super Alex.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I made it over my channel a while back, and I freaking don't ask. It's SUPAALX96. I swear I'm not that. I'm sorry. That's just my thing. I'm sorry. It's really stupid. I have to live with it. You can follow me on Twitter at Alex Dekami, Ask FM, Alex Dekami, pretty much everything, Hummingbird, everything. If you apparently like weeb shit since you're here, so you can find me there. I just did a summer impressions of Prison School Anime, Gakko Gurashi, and some of the other impressions with some other YouTubers that I love to death, as well as you beautiful people. Thank you very much for having me, Dodger and Lou. You know I love the shit out of you guys. Yes. Thank you for having me on MangaPod. When you guys discuss Prison School next,
we will have you back for sure.
Thank you. Okay, thank God I can sleep at night now. Oh God. Oh God. But thank you very much for having me. I really did appreciate this. And Erin, I'm sorry you couldn't be here. It would have been totally fun to have you here, as well as you, Yokurama. I'm sorry you guys couldn't be here. Please be there next time. This way I can witness the whole crew in its like glory in Skype beautifulness. So I'm sorry if I'm holding up the thing. I'll shut up now. I'm sorry. I love you.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, so go check out Alex because he's super awesome. And thank you so much for being our special guest on our prison school discussion. Again, show lots of love to Erin and Yoku on the Twitters because we love them. And we'll see you guys on the next MangaPod. Thank you all so much. Mwah! Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye!
Hey, y'all.
Splash.
Yup.